Hello, family. Hi, thank you so much for being here today. This is Samaritan Global Outreach. Thank you. Welcome to our channel. And my name is Maurice Nelson. And I just cannot tell you enough how happy I am that you decided to take a look at what we have to offer. I want to say hello to everyone who's listening in the Dominican Republic, everyone who's listening in Haiti, and all over the world, and especially in the United States where we are. And I want to apologize for doing this in English, but we have a little bit of an issue with the languages where, to be able to do this in two languages, it just takes an enormous amount of time. So moving forward, I'm going to keep these talk sessions in English and ask my friends who only speak Creole to really make an effort as we are teaching them also in Bon Anglais to speak English, make an effort, and I'll see what I can do to make it easier for you to understand. But moving forward, we're going to have to keep it in English, okay? I want to thank a beautiful sister of mine who gave me a precious gift. Now, my sisters know me very well. They know that I love to read. They know that I love to write. They know that I love to learn. And so for my birthday and for whatever, they always seem to know, even when I don't even think that somebody knows it. But the gifts that they give me is, they're always something that has to do with writing, reading, or learning. And so this beautiful sister of mine, and I won't say her name, she gave me a gift the other day, yesterday. She gave me this gift and actually pushed me to do this, to talk about it today, and hopefully to keep moving with it. And before I continue, let me tell you that when the Lord puts it in your mind to do something, to give somebody a gift, it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter what it is. And I learned that from another sister whom, God told me, bless her with this. And I thought the thing that I was giving her was so small. I was embarrassed to give it to her, but somehow I ended up doing it. And she taught me, man, one of the most valuable lessons in life is that you never know why God is leading you, a particular way. And so when I gave it to her, she was just beside herself. She was so happy. And I couldn't understand why, because in my mind, it was just so small. But in her mind, it wasn't that at all. And she said, it is exactly what I asked the Lord for. And the Lord used you to give it to me. So what I received, what I'm going to share with you in a moment, is exactly like that. It's exactly what I needed at this point in my life. And this sister just gave it to me yesterday, and she has no clue that it would mean this much to me. All right. So lesson learned, right? All right. And also, I'm going to ask you, if you enjoy what you see on this channel, please hit the subscribe button. You might as well. We try to bring you content that is relevant to your life and what we think will help you to live this life better, with your family, with your friends at church, etc. So subscribe, please, and please don't be shy in sharing it with friends and family, sharing these videos and commenting and so forth. Only comment what's nice and respectful. All right. And because that helps us in the channel, it helps our content to go farther so that more people can see it, and then we can be helped in this work that we're doing can just go a lot further to bless more people. All right, so what was it that she gave me? She gave me a journal. She gave me a prayer journal. And it's exactly what I needed, because what I've come to realize is that as we try to do God's work and we're busy in ministry, a lot of times the enemy knows it. And what is under attack is our prayer life. Now, we might be praying all day with people, as I am. I pray all day on a prayer line. Well, not literally all day, but I pray quite often on our prayer line. We start every morning with prayer, 6 o'clock in the morning. Our first, greetings are to each other on a prayer line. And at night, we're praying again before we go to bed. And in the middle of the day, there's always a sister, there's always somebody that we are praying with, right? But then there's that intimate prayer, that devotion time between you and your God, between you and the Lord. And that for me is always under attack, because there's so much to do. You're always so busy doing the Lord's work that sometimes you miss out on spending precious, intimate time with the Lord. And so, because that has always been a challenge for me, the beginning of the year, I told God, I told myself that I was going to be better, that I was going to do better, that I was going to, make sure that I give him time to speak with me. So not only time when I'm praying, but also time when I'm sitting there and listening. And when I tell you that's hard sometimes, well, this prayer journal to me is just, evidence of God's faithfulness to poor crazy little me in helping me to do this better, in a better way, and making sure that I stay faithful to what I committed, to what I promised myself that I would do. And so here I am, and on the first day I open it up. Not only do the verses, it's a beautiful prayer journal. It has one verse for every day, and then it has a, of course, where you write your little bit for the day, and then it has a spot where you write what you're grateful for. So I, first of all, the cover is exactly, again, what I was praying to God for. It's Psalm 23 verse 3, and it says he restores my soul. That's it. And for me, that speaks volumes, right? And then I open it up, and the very first verse is a verse that I love so much. And that means so much to me. And I almost fell to the ground when I saw it. And it's Isaiah chapter 60, verse 1, the very first verse. And I'll read it to you. It says, "Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee." That is so powerful. So today, what I'm going to do, we're not going to worry about the historical perspectives, although that's really important. But we're gonna take these verses and apply them only to ourselves, and pretend that they're only for us, right? That those were spoken for us. That is God speaking to me, to you, and that's it. So we're not really gonna worry about the historical context, right? And again, that's not always the best thing to do, but for what we're doing here now, that's the thing to do. So when I had my devotion about it this morning, and I looked at it, and I said, well, for me, arise is not hard, because I'm always on the move, because I know what it is to stand up for what I believe in. I know what it is to stand up, right? But the shining part, ooh, that required some thought. How do you want me to shine? Um, where do you want me to shine? And so many questions came to mind. Now let's go back to arise. Again, I said for me, it wasn't an issue, but for some of you listening, maybe arising may not be the easiest thing to do. Because you might have questions, and maybe your resources, maybe it's not as hard, as easy as it is for me to say that I can stand up, that I can arise and do certain things. So that's not, I'm not downplaying that aspect as it relates to your life, okay? But I'm speaking about me. All right. So the shining part for me is where I started having a little bit of issue with, because then, to shine in my mind as a definition, to shine is to allow uh, certain things to fall off of you. To shine is to remove, to polish yourself, is to remove whatever little dirt might be covering the surface, little films, right, that might be covering the surface. You have to allow for those to be removed. To shine is to not be afraid for the world to see you. To shine is to be out in the open, to where you allow the world to see you, and then hopefully you become a guiding light, a shining star for somebody. And that can be a lot, because not a lot of us really like to be in the limelight. And I was thinking about that and saying, well, there are things that cover the surface. For example, fear. Maybe I'm afraid, I don't want people to, maybe sin. Some people are dealing with sin, and they don't want, they're not able to shine. And I'm thinking of all these reasons why we may not be able to shine. And then I read the next few words in the verse, and it says, for your light has come, for thy light has come, right? So now it takes it away from me, it takes it away from my power, it takes it away from who I am. And now it's somebody else who's shining a light. Thy light has come. Wow, the light is not coming from me per se, but my light has come from another source. And it says, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee. So it's God's glory, amen. It's God's glory that is going to enable me, you, to shine. So that means for that to happen, God Himself would have already done the job of removing the dirt and the filth and the film or whatever it is that was, covering the surface. And so it's the Lord's glory now that is going to be exposed through me, through you. And so again, at the end of the day, I'm not arising and shining out of my own glory or for my own glory, but no, I am just a vessel through which the glory of God will shine, right? And ultimately bless others and ultimately be a guide for others. So it goes right back to everything that we know about biblical principles, right? That at the end of the day, we are not to be glorified. We are not the ones who are doing by our own might, but it's God. It's the glory of God. It's God's power. It's God's faithfulness. It's God within us that the world is seeing. And so it's never us. It's always God. And so yes, we can stand up. Yes, we can shine. We can shine His glory out for the world to see. So I'm going to ask you today to shine. Stand up and shine. Arise and shine. Allow yourself the permission to have God's glory shine through you so that others may be blessed through you. So, whatever work you're doing for the kingdom, whatever it is you're doing, maybe you're just in the house doing work. And a lot of people think, well, staying in the house and doing work, that's not a big deal. It is a big deal. You are raising citizens for the world and for the kingdom of God. You're doing wonderful work and shine in it. I always say, sign your work with excellence. And so do that today, right? Whatever the Lord has in your heart to do for Him, don't be afraid to let the world see it. Don't be afraid to do it with excellence. Don't be afraid to step out and do it, because you know why? Your light has come. The Lord has brought His light to you, and the glory of the Lord is upon you, and you can do this. Thank you so much for the time you spent listening to us this day, this morning, this night. I don't know. Hopefully, we'll be able to bring some more to you as we navigate this world together, as we do this walk together. And I pray that you are well. I pray that your family is well. And again, I'm going to ask you, please subscribe to this channel and share this video with anyone you think who might benefit from it. Okay. Again, lots and lots of love to our friends in the United States, in Haiti, and especially in the Dominican Republic. We love you so much. God bless you. This is Maurice Nelson from Samaritan Global Outreach. Let's never grow tired of doing good. All right. See you next time if it's in God's will. We love you. Bye.